got a job to do. Come on. So this is Emily and Acre's house right here. And this is the place where we need to go to now. The machine shop. But no one's here. Oh, right, this guy! Well, people, remember when I said that Eevee can evolve into 5 Pokemon? This is the critical point in the game. Okay. Sure. You're telling me we're now at Generation 9 with over 1,000 Pokemon at this point, buddy. Oh? Do tell! Well, 8 at this point, but at this generation, yeah, only 5. Oh? Yes, I am! Fortuitous coincidence. That's got a nice roll off the tongue. Oh, wow. He's not joking, people. As of now, we are now going to choose what Eeveelution we want. This is a critical decision because your entire team revolves around what you choose right now. So, I'm going to go over all 5 Pokemon right now! Okay, first off, if you give the Eevee a Water Stone, you get Vaporeon, the Water-type Pokemon that has the highest HP of all the Eeveelutions. It takes a while for it to learn some Water-type moves, but if you can get past that hurdle, it's actually a pretty tanky yet powerful Pokemon that can take the hit and dish it back too. With moves like Water Gun, you'd be surprised how useful Vaporeon is. Heck, I tried it myself and I was not disappointed. Meanwhile, a Thunderstone will yield the Jolteon result. And this thing is fast, and I do mean fast. It's one of the fastest Pokemon, if not the fastest Pokemon in this particular game. Not even Voltorb, which you get later, gets as fast as this thing. Along with the Electric-type moves it learns like Thundershock and Thunderbolt, this thing can hit hard before anyone else has a chance to make a move. I've tried it before at the recommendation of Chugga Conroy, and I wasn't disappointed there either. And then the Firestone gets us Flareon. Okay, I cannot lie here. In this particular game, Flareon is the only Pokemon I would actually not recommend. You see, in this generation, all Fire-type attacks are special, and with Jolteon's best stat being physical, it's more likely to be more of a burden rather than an asset. Don't get me wrong, it still has a decent enough special attack, but its main thing is supposed to be physical attack, and that doesn't become very useful until we get to the physical special split in Generation 4. But in this game, it's kind of at the bottom of the list. But then we go from the bottom of the list right to the top with Espeon. This one requires a Sun Shard in your bag along with High Friendship with a level up, since there's no day and night in this game, but boy is it worth it. This one has the highest special attack of any Pokemon in the Eeveelution line, tied only with Glaceon in Generation 4. Combine that with the regular options of Confusion, Psybeam, and Psychic, and this thing is a powerhouse with a decent speed as well. I would always use an Espeon if I ever got a chance, unless I'm doing a can't use the same Pokemon again kind of run. But if you get an Espeon, I highly recommend you give it a shot. Finally, if you go for the Moon Shard, you get Umbreon. One word, tank. This Dark-type Pokemon has the highest stats of the Eeveelution lines in terms of defenses. It can tank hits pretty well, along with having enough HP to survive the hit. The downside is that it doesn't have very many offensive options, especially in this particular game. But if you're focused on having someone else do the attacking during the double battles, this is a great Paladin-type Pokemon that can do some damage, even if it's just doing defenses. It does have attack options after all. It can come up with some surprises or just be a tank if that's what you need. Thank you, me! So,
I had this figured out long ago. My Pokemon is going to be Espeon. Yes. So yeah. Sorry, Jovi, but he only gave me one because I have an Eevee. So yeah, like he said, our task now is to maintain high friendship with our Eevee and then level it up during the daytime. Well, normally, but since we have a Sun Shard, all we have to do is level up at high friendship. Yeah, I've trusted Espeon in a myriad of games, including this one twice, which is why that's going to be my choice for this run. And that's Purr. I'll talk to you in a minute. Anyway, we can't go moving just yet. We need to head over to there you go. First, we need to go get that chest over there by the lighthouse. Yeah, 3 more Pokeballs, and we're gonna need them. You see, well, it's better if I show you. We come over here and talk to this guy. Sure. Casual guy Kyle, with a C instead of a K. Let's do this! Talo and Ladybah. Not a bad setup. Come on, guys! And this is our first battle using a Shadow Pokemon. Hold the phone! Yup! Ladybah is a Shadow Pokemon!
So here's a Pokemon that I kind of wish I could recommend. Ladybah's got some unique designs and a great evolution with Ladian with a high special defense, but I've never really found a chance to be able to use it in any team. Sure, it's got Swarm, but according to Chugga Conroy, this thing doesn't learn any bug-type moves this generation. But I would honestly want to give it a try anyway, because it's unique and unlike any other Pokemon I've ever played with in terms of early bird Pokemon. It can be found on Soul Silver and Silver as an early bird in place of Spinarak, so I've never been able to try it. Kind of a bummer, really.
Which means we gotta work on catching it. Step 1, I'm gonna lower its accuracy so it can't hurt us very often. Now, the first thing you want to know about Shadow Pokemon, whenever they do attacks, yeah, all Shadow type moves are super effective against non-Shadow Pokemon. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah, all Shadow type Pokemon and their Shadow type moves are super effective against non-Shadow Pokemon. Conversely, they are not very effective against other Shadow Pokemon. I am not about to lose my buddy on the first battle here. Alright, Teddy Ursa, Shadow Blitz! Huh? See? Against other Shadow Pokemon, Shadow-type moves are not very effective. But that's kind of the point here. Let's see if we can't do an early snag. Pokeball! Go! Bada bing, bada bang, kid. That's another Pokemon on our team. So yeah, there are actually 2 Shadow Pokemon here in Gashen Port. We just caught one of them, and we're gonna head over to the lighthouse to get the other. Neither one are exactly stay on your team kind of Pokemon, but you gotta snag them anyway. So, we've gotten one down. Time for the other one. Yeah, one thing I gotta say is, like, I love the detail that they made, that Crane made it so the snag machine only works on Shadow Pokemon. A machine like this, as seen in the first game, is very dangerous. Yeah, the reason I'm going up the stairs instead of the elevator is because there's item boxes here on almost every floor. Yeah. So yeah. Like I said multiple times probably, in the original Pokemon Coliseum, the snag machine was a weapon for evil, used to steal other trainers' Pokemon to be turned into Shadow Pokemon. But now, it's a tool for justice. Oh, hi. Yeah, I can understand that. How much further up do we gotta go? Oh, here we go. So, yeah, here's the top of the lighthouse. And over here is the other Pokemon trainer with a Shadow Pokemon. Killin'. These names! Alright guys, let's do this! Here we go! What do we got? Yup! Poochyena is a Shadow Pokemon!
Now here's an interesting Pokemon that I didn't really get to use until later generations. Poochyena has a good physical attack, but it's basically like the Rattata, the Zigzagoon, the Sentret. It's an early game Pokemon, and in this generation it doesn't have a lot going for it. However, I will say this in advance, when we reach Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, this little guy is a beast. He has a better set of physical attacks, especially bite attacks, and I actually took one all the way to the end of the game. It became one of my powerhouses. Like, it may not be the best here, but Poochyena definitely will come into its own once the generations start piling up. Trust me.
Let's do this! Ooh, Shadow Hold! That means we can't swap out Pokemon. Like we're able to anyway. Not bad, but we gotta get this thing out of the way. Boom! Not to mention the experience we can get here. Ooh! Let's try Sand Attack. But also, let's see if we can't snag it now. Oh! Yeah! Sand attack! Dude, you already used it once. Careful. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I only do a little chip damage so I don't accidentally knock this thing out. Let's try this again. Here goes. Pokeball, go! Come on. Boom! Just like that, we have both Shadow Pokemon in Gashion Port. Or Gation Port, or whatever. Oh, brother. I'm gonna let you know now, I don't believe in the idea that there's ever such a thing as a useless Pokemon. It's all a matter of how you use it. Join that organization? Well, I will agree with one thing. You kind of got conned, but like, don't call it weak. Heck, in Alpha Sapphire, I used a Mightyena on my final team. Probably because it got an egg move thanks to the Navdex, but whatever. So, now that we have the two Shadow Pokemon, let's keep rolling. Now, again, we're not quite done in Gachin Port. But first, hold up. Now would be a good opportunity to show you the inside of the Pokemon Center. Yep, just like in the normal games, you can give your Pokemon over to this lady, and she'll heal them up. So also, you can... There's not much here to really worry about, but like, I love how they they design things to show a little extra detail, like a place you can actually live in, a world you can live in. And here's the Pokemon Mart, or Poke Shop, as it's called. So, this is actually a bit of a little sub-arc during the game. The more you progress through the game, the better and better this shop becomes, and the more dialogue you can get from him. So right now we cannot catch, or rather, we cannot buy Pokeballs yet. And looky here. This was an early bird cameo for one of the Gen 4 Pokemon. This is Munchlax. We can't catch it, so no title card, but like, there are two Pokemon from Generation 4 that were introduced in this game as kind of early birds. Munchlax and another one we will have to talk about later, although it was technically in the little trailer teaser intro thing I showed in the first episode. And here's the Krabby Club. Oh, really? Seriously? Challenge accepted. So yeah, I'm not worried about Shadow Pokemon because, like I said, there's only two in Gachin Port and we already got them. Also, you may have noticed the meter underneath Teddiursa. That's the heart gauge. The more we care for, battle, and stuff with the Shadow Pokemon, the more the meter empties and the closer it gets to being purified and back into a normal Pokemon. And as the heart gauge depletes, it regains things like moves, such as Lick. This was also the case back in the original Coliseum. Oh, nice one. And you may have noticed that the Shadow Pokemon does not seem to be gaining any experience. That's because it's a Shadow Pokemon. It will gain all of experience at once it's purified. So don't worry, like, it may not be getting experience yet, but wait until it gets purified and back into a normal Pokemon. All the experience it would have gained in small bits, it would instead gain them all at once. Thank you. Whew. Yeah. Oh, these two are kind of one of my favorite characters in the game. So, the guy on the right keeps saying things, and all the other guy seems to say is, "I'd say so, matey." You know, a fun little headcanon I kind of wished was real when I was a little kid. Like, the one on the left was like a robot or a robotic decoy. Like something was hidden in that thing, and like maybe later on to be revealed. Like, the little kid me was silly. Anyway, the Krabby Club is actually a very surprisingly helpful area. First off, we have these two, Razzle and Dazzle. Cool names, I know. So, they're a combination of singers, dancers, and magicians. Very popular. Yep, they can sing, they can dance, and they do decent magician's acts. As you may be noticing how those bottles are changing color. The magicians. Anyway, we need to go over here. And here is a super potion. Yeah. So yeah, almost everywhere has something. Oh, and here's Mr. Varich. Hello. Oh yeah, this guy's the happiness checker. He's the one who lets you know how good your happiness is with the first Pokemon in your party. And if you notice, he was also the guy that gave us the item for our Eevee. And here's the other act that's typically here, the bubble blowers, I think they're called. So yeah, almost every town and there's always something to look for in each building. Not all of them, mind you, but like it encourages you to explore. That's the big thing. So now that we've explored a little, hold up. Okay, I thought that was a battle. Oh, wait, I almost forgot one. Oh, wait, hold up. Yep. Here's another battle. Bossed. Whisper and Meryl. Let's go, guys! So, not only is this good for getting the experience to level up Eevee to get Espeon, but this is also good for helping get the heart gauges down for the various Pokemon. Tough little buggers. There's also something that you need to be on the lookout for whenever you're using Shadow Pokemon in battle. And I won't explain it unless it actually pops up. Sorry! There it is! Reverse mode! So, reverse mode is a special kind of event that can happen during certain battles when you're using Shadow Pokemon. In this form, they have more critical hit ratios, and but like, it's a very double-edged sword kind of thing. Huh? Okay, anyway, now that he's in reverse mode, he'll take damage at the end of every turn. Like, I've never really explored what reverse mode does. It's kind of like hyper mode in Pokemon Coliseum, but not as problematic. Thank you. Yep. Thanks. Oh, let me show you something really cool. Yeah, from time to time, whenever new things happen, you can see it on the ONBS. Like whenever you go to a TV screen, you can keep an eye out for the different news articles showing just how progressed through the game you are. Yeah. It looks like they've already got a story on Crane's abduction. So... I thought there was another battle. I kind of need one, people. Jeez. Looks like I need to... So, we need to... So I guess for now we have to head... Well, let's see if Chopin will try to stop us again. Called it! Okay. So from time to time, you can come back here and battle this guy. And now he has another Pokemon that's considered one of the most useless. Magikarp! Anyway. So, here's how... Like, I don't usually like to have Pokemon in reverse mode. So while Eevee's going to do some attacking, I'm going to call. Normally this increases accuracy, but when a Pokemon isn't reverse mode, it'll come to its senses, and it will typically take a huge chunk out of its heart gauge. So yeah, reverse mode can be helpful, but it can also be dangerous depending on how you use it. Boom, baby! Whew! Like, it's kind of random whether or not a Shadow Pokemon enters reverse mode at all. And when I was playing Colosseum before, Shadow Pokemon had a terrible habit of constantly going into Hyper mode. And unlike in this game, they would go into Hyper mode instead of actually doing an attack. Anyway, I wanted to at least get that chance in order to get my Pokemon out of Hyper mode. Or reverse mode. I often get them mixed up for some reason. Back to the lab. Hey, Aiden! Oh, more memos! Let's deliver this. Whew. Yeah, I told you to be careful, girl. Right here. So yeah, unlike in Colosseum, you don't have a permanent party member with another companion. No. Oh! The old-fashioned way. Yeah. So yeah, Agate is actually one of the areas from the previous game. The first one we've gotten so far. But that's actually going to do it for this episode. Like, wow. Anyway, next time on Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness, we will continue our journey to purify these Pokémon and hopefully get our hands on our Espeon as well. We're going to find out who took Professor Crane and hopefully rescue the guy and stop those menaces. Until then, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm Wolf Prince Leon and Jovi's too cute. See you next time.